Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about competition, we're going to talk about markets and things like that, and how markets work, and the things like inflation that we're going to use as we go forward in economics, and things that you need to know as we go further. All right, so what we learned about economics yesterday is that people have a limited amount of resources, which include time and money, in order to acquire things and use things and build things and stuff like that. So today we're going to figure out how they work in the market. All right. And first we have to know what a market is. So a market is the organized way for producers and consumers to trade with each other, that they can exchange things. All right. First, today, I can take 20 bucks and I can go to the gas station and say, hey, put 20 bucks in my gas tank, and they'll put it in there and I get $20 worth of gasoline. But before we had that, we had a barter system. As you can see in the picture over here, people were trying to trade things like a caveman trying to sell a cow, or over here you see the pig in the back of that guy's pocket for some sort of service or product or something like that. That is called bartering. That's where you have a partner and your partner has something that you want, and you have something that they want, and you exchange it because you both see a value in what is being exchanged. If they didn't see a value in it, then you wouldn't exchange it. But that's before there was money, and now money is around so we can use it as a medium to receive goods. Now money is backed up by actual wealth like gold and silver and stuff like that, but money is what the value is. Now, how do they use these markets? All right, so businesses, a business, you have businesses everywhere. You have Frosty Boy, you have Speedway, you have McDonald's, you have Walmart, you have hotels and restaurants, and the Colts are a business. Um, Baseball teams are a business, bands are a business, music is a business. All right, and they want to make a profit. That is their goal. Their goal is to make money. All right. So, in order to make a profit, they have to produce things in a way that they can A, make it in a quality way, B, make it cheaply, and C, sell it at a price that the consumer, which is the person that is buying it, wants to wants to get. All right? To do this, companies have to reduce their cost, all right, in order to increase their revenue. All right, so they find ways in order to make it cheaper for them to produce the things that they produce for you. And that's how they gain revenue. All right, Microsoft, Bill Gates is the richest man in the world because they have so much revenue, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that um, that how much they're spending on making things is a lot lower than a lot of other companies. All right, another way that they make money is through something called specialization. That means that they're really good. A company is really good at a few products. For instance, most car manufacturers just focus on car parts. That's why they become successful car manufacturers. You don't see Ford making microwaves. You don't see Chevrolet making refrigerators. You don't see, you don't see Honda producing, PlayStations or anything like that. You don't see that. Although there are Honda, motorcycles and stuff like that. But they try to specialize in one area so that they can decrease the amount of money they spend on making things, and they can increase the amount of revenue they get, because that, after all, is the point of creating a business, is to make money. All right. Now, this leads us to competition, because there isn't just one company out there making a single item. There are several companies competing for your money and my money, and how we should spend it. Economics. How are people going to spend their money and spend their time? All right. Most economies, there is something called competition. All right. That's where you have companies that compete for their consumers. So that means they produce it at the lowest price. they produce it with the best quality, and they produce it in a way that they can increase their revenue. So that's why you have cable companies that every year they have a little competition to see who can have the lowest price, to see how many customers they can get and things like that. That's what competition is. Competition drives down the price and puts it in a place that consumers can purchase it, and in that so competition actually benefits the consumer more than it does the producer. Also, this goes back to supply and demand. So you have companies that are gaining this advertising, excuse me, gaining this demand for their product through advertising or through word of mouth. Hey, I had so and so, I had such and such thing at such and such restaurant the other night, and it was really good. You should go try it. Or they have things like Yelp and Angie's List and stuff now to tell you about those those products and that you should go buy them, and stuff like that. Also, if you look over here in the little meme, Bomir is telling us that one does not simply get to the top of Google. Google search results are probably not done like you think they are. They're actually decided by who pays the most money to be at the top of the search results. So right now, I'm going to leave this and I'm going to go to the search engine. All right, so I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search for sweaters. Since I'm a dude, I'm going to go with sweaters from men. All right, and the first thing that pops up is Macy's, Forever 21, H&M, Old Navy, Nordstrom, because as a person, you're more likely to click on one of the first things you find instead of going through all these. How many results was it? Oh, 55,600,000 results. So these people, the Gap, Amazon, H&M, Macy's, pay money to be at the top of these search results when you're looking for sweaters, so they'll buy your product. That is advertising. Now, of course, you can see people with billboards and stuff like that, but that is a different type of advertising. All right. Now, some things that happen in the market from time to time are you get progress and sometimes you get inflation. Inflation just means that the value of the dollar in that country has gone down, so it takes more dollars to buy things, or things just cost more money because there are less products in order to make it. So the prices will increase over time. Excuse me, over time. That is called inflation, just like a balloon slowly inflates when you blow it up. The economy inflates, meaning that prices increase and things like that, so people are paying more. That's like what I was talking about earlier with the gas prices going up because there wasn't as much supply. But eventually, the economy does slow down. People stop buying things because there's not as much money out there or things cost too much, which means there's less demand. And because there's less demand, people aren't buying stuff, which means companies are making less money. And because they're making less money, they can't afford to pay as many people to make the products that they sell. They're trying to have some sort of revenue. They want to increase their revenue. And by not paying somebody, they increase their revenue. All right? As we see over here, when we talk about inflation, the price per pound of bacon in 1962 was 79 cents. The price as of 2011, so 4 years ago, was 4.77. All right, so you can see over here that we're in Back to the Future 2, and they need to go back to 1962 so they can get the 79-cent pound bacon and buy it all and eat it all. So that is inflation. That is, and then if you have a point in time where people don't have jobs and the economy is slowing down, and that continues for more than 6 months, the economy is considered to be in a recession. When I was in college, the economy was in a recession, and we're still getting out of a recession. So that's what you need to know. Last thing, this last meme, Black Friday. Black Friday, I've never gone. I will never go. So people run over each other for cheap goods. And they offer these cheap goods in order that you'll buy them so that those companies can make a profit. So don't think that you're getting such a good deal on Black Friday when you're actually just being taken because those people want to make a profit.